Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here with your weekly episode drop of Business Besties. Every Thursday, you can expect the two of us here chatting all things business, mindset, energy, entrepreneurship really takes. And we know it takes gratitude to be
Yeah.
grateful for what you have, to then be available for more. So that's why we always start these episodes off with what we're grateful for.
Okay, you want me to go first? I am grateful for my home office that over time I've set up to be a great office for me. So I have my microphone, I have my laptop. That's awesome. My double screens. I've got a phone that's of this current generation of iPhone. And I have to say, if you have a home office and you're listening, you're working from home, you're already an entrepreneur, you are transitioning out of 9 to 5, whatever it is, and you haven't invested in the infrastructure so that you feel good in your office at home, you need to do that. It's super important. We spend a lot of time using these tools, and great tools make it easy to work. So just go for it, invest in what you need. That's what I'm grateful for. What about you?
Okay. I'm grateful. It's kind of random, but
Okay.
I'm grateful for Arbonne chocolate protein powder
Mm.
because I've been using Arbonne, specifically Arbonne's protein powder, since 2013. And I've tried every protein powder out there. I've tried whey, I've tried vegan, and I'm in this phase of pregnancy where I know I need protein. Like, I'm very aware of that. And the thought these days of chewing stuff that has protein is just not there for me.
Mhm.
Somebody
Mhm.
recently said to me, "Maybe your baby's a vegetarian." I was like, "Oh, no, because he likes sandwich meat. I could go get a Subway sandwich right now or a Red Barn wrap. You'd be fine with that." It's the chewing of protein. And I'm just so grateful. We work from home. We both just said, "Okay, we're going to run and grab a little snack." And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to have a protein shake." And it was delicious. 12 on 10. And so this kind of like feeds into so many things. People shit on network marketing. Listen, there is no better protein out there than Arbonne. You can't argue me on that. And they make the best of the best. 20 grams of protein. I mean, you'd have to eat 3 eggs to get that amount of protein. I was able to make it in 2 seconds, drink it in my home office. It's delicious. It's satisfying. And I know that I'm like, getting what I need without having to like force myself to chew a piece of chicken right now.
Yeah. And then you've got me on the Arbonne foundation, and I love it.
Mm.
Goes on so nicely.
Puts on so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have it on right now and the mascara. It's all so good.
Big
Yeah.
fans over here. And if you don't like network marketing, then, well, that's your loss.
And if you want to buy anything from Arbonne, you can buy it from me. I do have a link.
That's true.
It's true. All right. Today we're talking about not back to school, but back to business.
Mhm, mhm.
Back to business. Oh my gosh, we've had a summer and we know that you have too. And so we're going to walk you through three impactful, clear ways that you can get yourself back on board, back in business. We're here in September. So the first thing that we think that is a really fun conversation for us to have between the two of us, but also for you to consider and maybe call up one of your biz besties and go out for coffee. We have this Calgary crew and they all get together,
Yeah.
Jen and Kristen and Eileen, and they all met in Align CEO Method. And, find your little girlfriend, girl gang, and go talk about these things and see what comes up for you. So the first thing that we want to talk about is the power of reflecting and releasing summer mode, right? Like
Yeah.
really being able to do that. Summer does come at a more relaxed pace for a lot of people, a little bit of looser routines. Sometimes people will say slower sales. And we want you to reflect on that. Kayla, when you think about releasing and reflecting on summer mode, what's one of your biggest, I guess, reflections?
This summer, I actually had so much fun in our new house and getting the garden ready. And we got a new deck in the backyard. And the pear trees are producing a lot of pears every minute over here. So I've been enjoying living 2 blocks from the beach and having the big backyard, all that kind of thing in the summer. And then something that I'm ready to release is I've blocked 1 hour of CEO time from 9 AM to 10 AM each morning. And I had that for maybe the last year or half a year because I felt like I needed to get it back together and I had no alone time. Now, the kids have a different schedule. They have to get to school earlier, and I want to be there for drop off as much as possible. So, the days that I'm not working out in the morning that I go to drop off, I can start work a bit earlier. And so, I'm going to release that grip that I had on the 9 to 10 time block and just see what it looks like if I do some work during that time.
I love that.
What about you?
Yeah, what has allowed me to switch from my, like, vacation mode back into business mode? Well, I think something that just has worked in my favor is moving.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
moved at the end of July and I'm in this new beautiful townhome that I love and I love my new office and it feels like in our last house the office was on the main floor, like everything was on the main floor. And so the living room was on the main floor and the kitchen was on the main floor. And so if Jeff was walking around or cooking lunch or whatever, I kind of like could be distracted by him. And now the office is on the ground floor in this house. It's just the office and a bathroom down here. And I feel like I'm in my own little sanctuary. I don't have the distractions and I'm looking out in beautiful flower beds and all these sorts of things. And so I feel like, kind of like to your gratitude, setting my space up to re-energize me and refocus me for the year. So, getting a new calendar, having September laid out in front of me, new agenda. That's what always works well for me to move away from the distraction or the laxy daisyness of summer and to move back into routine. And I really think that not just children, I think that all humans, whether they believe it or not,
Mhm.
thrive with routine.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I really like doing things at night so the next day I'm not stressed out in general. And now that I make the kids lunch at night, it's an extra level of feeling prepared for the day, which I wasn't expecting. But I can put all their lunch stuff together. And I've been doing a little post it note on top of the lunch of what I'm thinking about in the moment in terms of like, don't forget a spoon, a water bottle, that extra yogurt that's been in the fridge, blah, blah, blah. And their hats, their sunscreen. There's a lot of stuff to remember for each kid each day. And before I go to sleep, just making my tea and getting them all organized and then packing my workout stuff and knowing what's happening the next day has been working so well. It feels really good. I mean, we all love summer and the laziness of take every day as it comes is driving me a little bit. It's time to get back to being a Virgo.
Yeah, and even somebody like myself that is I don't know, maybe not as like structured or whatever word we want to use there. I love a routine. I crave a routine. The moment that I'm out of mine for too long, I'm like, I start to feel antsy. So, to release summer mode, we want everybody to reflect on what worked really well for you this summer. And then also, like, what habits or distractions need to be released so that you can step back into CEO energy. You get to acknowledge that and name it for yourself and then move towards it.
Yeah. All right. You ready to reignite your money mindset? Okay. So we all know that September, we got to get in the groove. It's the beginning of school. There's a shock of the transition from summer over to September. But now, about the middle of September, we can say, okay, are you going all in or not for Q4, for
Mhm.
October through December? You get to decide. I mean, in our first couple of years of business, we were all in every day, no matter what. So Q4 kind of felt like every other minute because we were making stuff up as we went in terms of offers we were selling, what we were delivering, how we were building the email list. And now that we've tested so many things and we have a strategy on how we run our years, we're like 4 years into running our year the same way. We know how to handle the fall and we know what to do to put the gas pedal down on Q4. And so we're committed to that. We start thinking about it in January for the rest of the year. Yeah. So if you're not quite there yet and you're thinking, wow, I'd love to blow up my Q4 and have an awesome cash flowing quarter, that is absolutely 100% available for you. You're hearing this middle of September. I hope you're in our 5-day challenge. If you hear this Thursday morning, you're not in yet. You still have 2 days to get in, September 18th and 19th. Just go to the website, mylinepurpose.com, register. We'll send you the link. You're in for Thursday, Friday. You can get the replays for the other days, but it's go time at this time of year. And there is no excuse. You can phone it in for the whole year, but you hit the gas in Q4, you can make 100 grand or more, way more. I mean, I just kind of made up that number. Everything is available for you when you decide it is available.
And when you prioritize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you take you decide it's available, you shift your identity so that you can handle this kind of growth. And you say to yourself, this is what I really want because you're doing what you really want. And then you take the actions around bringing in that cash flow. It's right there. It's waiting for you. When you're in your zone of expertise and you can serve people, you can solve their immediate need, it's there.
Absolutely. We focus so much of our attention inside of Align CEO Method on making Q4 the most profitable time of year
Mhm.
because we know that not just online business owners, we know that brick and mortars, we know that e-commerce, we know that digital businesses, like this is statistically the time where you can blow your sales out of the water. You could have been kind of cruising along all year and really take Q4 to the next level. If you're hearing this before the 25th and 26th of September, we are doing our 2-day accelerator that we do every 60 days with Align CEO Method clients, where we do back to back deep dive training. So we really
Mhm.
focus in on training and education because we're a coaching and learning company, education of how you're going to do something for the next 60 days in your business. And then on Friday, we do the implementation of it. And this time of year, we focus on profitable, big, money making, magnetic Q4. Then we're taking it to the next level and bringing everybody together again in person for 2 days on October 2nd and 3rd, the following weeks. Virtually, we're all coming together online. 25th and 26th. Then those who can make it, we're all coming together October 2nd and 3rd. And if you're listening to this before then and you're like, oh my gosh, this is my opportunity to have 4 days, like 4 full days. Imagine oftentimes you get a coach and you get them for an hour. This is this is all day Thursday, all day Friday, the next week, all day Thursday, all day Friday. And you get to surround yourself and immerse yourself with other business owners. You're going to learn things that you cannot learn other places. We are going to be talking about how we do it, how our peers do it, how our clients do it, and how you can do it too, where you close off the year feeling so accomplished.
Yeah. I mean, I have a question for everyone listening. Just take a pause, take a deep breath, and answer this. If you believed you could still reach your biggest, boldest 2025 goal this year, how would you show up differently starting right now? Yeah,
That's a good question.
there you go. Coaching.
You know, it would be really great for everybody listening to go back and if you are a goal setter or intention setter and think about the thing, the big thing you wanted to accomplish in your business this year
Hmm.
and ask yourself like, did you do it? Did you try to do it? Do you believe you can still do it? We believe in you, but you have to show up and tell us that you want to make it happen. So there is opportunity to reignite your money and your money mindset. And that's part of the back to business plan.
Absolutely.
All right. The third way that we know you can jump back in the business game after a summer of floating and snacking and resting. And well, actually, there's probably a lot of chaos as well.
Yeah. I mean, I do love all the floating, snacking, and resting, but probably lots of crying for parents with little kids. I mean, they're just expressing themselves, but it's so loud. Okay. We love it.
Okay, so we're grateful for the back to school moment with the kids. And we want you to think about a recommitment to yourself, a recommitment
Mhm.
to your business, and a recommitment to an action plan. So we want you to focus on one project or one strategy, one offer, one thing that you could really put all of your attention and energy into? Because what you focus on expands. And can you commit to that this fall? For us, it is we are at the final completion part of our book. It's go time. We've got to arrive in California with our book sent to print. So that is our big focus of the fall, completing the book, which is Align CEO Method, building your $1 million brand.
Is
And
that so on brand or is it so on brand?
it's so
Okay.
on brand, and we're taking you all along for the journey, and we've got so many surprises and delights for those of you who decide to join us this fall inside of Align CEO Method. So that is our focus and our attention. Align CEO Method paired with the book that goes with the program. That's where we're putting our priority. So where do you want to focus your one project or your one strategy this fall?
It's not about doing everything, doing more, adding more and more and more on. Oftentimes, most of the time, it's about looking at all the things you've committed to, cut at least half of it, at least, maybe more. If there's something that's dragging your time and you're like, I wish I could do that, but I just can't, but it's taking me away from my goals, the answer is no, because it's Q4 go time. I want to encourage everybody who's listening, send that one brave email that says, actually, sorry, I said I could do this. I can't anymore. Best of luck with your venture. Just send an email that says, forget it, I'm out. That's your assignment. If you do, send us a message in the DMs at My Aligned Purpose, a voice note. We want to hear, what are you quitting today? Because what are you just like, walking away from? Because then you will have time to build your dream. You need
Mm.
time, attention, and focus on way less things to make the big stuff happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This applies to every area of life. We often say the parallel between building a business and fitness and health nutrition is like they're so parallel.
Yeah.
And if you are thinking about a specific goal in body recomposition, maybe you're trying to lose weight or tone up your arms or get abs or whatever it might be. If what you're focusing on is that one thing, so say with you, it's push ups.
Mhm.
Does it support you to be like, and at the same time, I'm going to run a marathon, sign up for a triathlon, do an Ironman. I'm going to get into,
I'm going to
uh,
become a personal trainer. I'm going to start teaching fitness. I'm going to cycle a fondo.
yeah, Olympic level squatting.
Yeah.
No, you're
No.
working on your push up challenge. And that doesn't mean that the rest of your body gets ignored. It means that you have something to focus on every single time you go to work on your body composition.
Mhm.
What you focus on will expand. You've said that yourself, that you and your trainer are both like, wow, all of this focus on push ups has really led to something. Okay, now I can start to layer something new on.
Yeah, totally. You have to get really good at the thing you want to do, and then you can add more. Like with my push ups, I couldn't do one in 2024. And I have videos of me not even being able to do one push up, just collapsing on the floor. And I had this in my mind that I wanted to be able to do 24 in 2024. I didn't hit that goal because I didn't prioritize it enough. I put a million things on top of it. I did bike a fondo, I did the Rafa 100. I sold my house. I bought a new house. We moved. I have a 2-year-old. Da da da. All the things were happening. And I could see those as excuses, or I could see them as like, well, in that moment, I didn't have the capacity. But then I was so effing sick of hearing myself say that I wanted to do it and telling everyone that I was like, I'm going to get down to this and actually do it. So I hired a trainer. And really, what it took wasn't even the trainer. I mean, I love Josh and it's great to have the accountability. What it took was just showing up and consistently doing it every day. And that is the metaphor for every single thing in life, in business, everything. Showing up consistently, like you mean it, like you believe it, every day on what you actually want to do. And voila, it comes true.
Voila. I was thinking that a really great way to end this episode, so we've talked about our three things here, like what can you do to like reflect and release what summer is? How can you re-engage yourself with money and your money mindset? And then what's that like actionable plan you can stick to? Those three things, the basics will really support you to get back into business this fall. And it's not too late. It's never too late. But a thing that I think that would be really powerful for everybody listening And we do this with aligned CEOs for the new year is choosing a word that you want to be your anchor for the year. And we do this really fun exercise, a visioning night.
Mhm.
I can't wait for it already. And so for all the aligned CEOs who have their word, we want you to, and you're listening to this, re-engage with your word right now. Like, lots of us have it on our necklaces.
I put mine on this morning and I thought, my word is intuition. I thought, wow, what is my intuition telling me today?
She's strong today.
It's eclipse season, baby. Buckle up.
Yeah.
Apparently, the eclipse season is going to last till 2027. So I don't know. Everybody's got to put a helmet on.
Basically, yeah. Especially you Virgos, though. It's really impacting the Virgos, the Sagittarius, the Geminis, and one other sign. I can't remember. Maybe Aquarius. Okay, I digress. Look at your necklace. Remember what your word is. If you don't have a necklace yet, you're an aligned CEO. Don't worry, they come. And think about your word and think about what it meant to you when you chose it and how it can re anchor you back into this. If you are not an aligned CEO and you don't know what we're talking about, what we want everybody to leave this podcast episode thinking or considering is if you were to choose a word that would anchor you and remind you of what it is that you really want as you close out this final chapter of the year. There's less than 100 days left of the year. What word do you want to guide you through this last chunk of 2025? And put it on a sticky note. Make it your passwords as you log into things. Tell somebody, tell us in the DMs, and make it so that every single time that little voice in your head is like, you can't do this, or will it even happen, or do I have enough time? Remember that your word is whatever your word is. Mine is a sacral yes. So I reflect on every decision that we are making every day from now till the end of the year and basically for the rest of my life. Is this a sacral yes? Because if it's not, it's a no. It's a hard no. I don't need to justify it. I don't need to explain it or back it up. If it's not a yes for me, it's a no. And I am asking myself with every business decision, is this a yes for me? You get to have that word, that anchor that supports you in making those decisions too.
Yeah. Mine is, am I listening to my intuition on this?
Mhm.
It's very similar to sacral yes.
Okay. So that's our get back to business episode for you this week. Please let us know what you're doing to engage in the things that we shared. What is your reflection? What felt really good about summer? What are you releasing? What's that money goal that you have? What's that one actionable plan that you're putting into place? And what's the word that is going to carry you through these last 90 some days of the year?
Okay. Let us know. Instagram at My Aligned Purpose, or you can email us connect at myalignedpurpose.com.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.